You are now tuning in to the Evolution Daily Podcast.
Welcome, everybody, to another episode of the Evolution Daily Podcast. We have not been outside in a while. For all of you living in Florida, California, Austin, Texas, you live this lifestyle where being outside year-round is not an issue in any capacity. And we live in the frozen tundra. We live north of the wall, where in the winter it is brutally cold. And people say to me, Aaron, why don't you live in a warmer environment? Why don't you live somewhere warmer? It's because until you've lived in the Midwest, you don't understand the Midwest. People say to me, Aaron, what do you think is the best city in the country for game? Do you think it's New York? Do you think it's Los Angeles? Or is it Vegas? Yeah, Vegas is the best city for game because you've got club rat dumb girls acting their dumbest, showing up to nightclubs in stupid clothes. They hope to meet Drake. They want to fuck the chain smokers. And then you're just kind of there in the lobby. You pull them home, you fuck them, and then they disappear from your life forever. That's fun when you're young. When you're older, that's not fun. I don't care about same night, one night stands. It's fun, it's thrilling, but I want a girl. If I'm going to fuck a girl, I kind of want her to stick around a little bit. I'm big on retention. So Vegas, in my opinion, is a complete cesspool, and anybody that lives there is a disgusting animal. When I hear people talking about how they live in Las Vegas, I go, ¿me lo repites, por favor? ¿Me lo repites, por favor? And they say, I live in Vegas. And I go, what the fuck is wrong with you? You live in Las Vegas, Nevada. That's insane. It is one of the worst cities in the entire country. Anyways, why did I start that?
You were talking about Columbus, I think. You were talking about where
easily the best. Easily.
I love it.
It's the best. This is the best. I'm almost hesitant to put that out there. I'm actually very hesitant to even talk about this that much. This is the best city in the country for game. And people that are just you know what it is so many young guys that follow Evolution Daily and they're into pickup and entrepreneurship, they're still so wrapped in this weird struggle for status.
Okay.
They're very wrapped up in this weird, they have Lamborghinis as their background on their phone, right? And they see, photos of skylines online, skylines of Dubai, and then a little quote that says, one day, the darkest of nights will all be worth it when you have the brightest of the dawn. And it's yes. And then the other quote, it'll be a skyline of Shanghai or some dumb city. And it's everyone who doubted you will one day be asking you to pay their bills.
I'm going to make these.
And it's yes, the Lamborghini in Dubai. Yeah. Oh. And people aren't understanding that, you guys don't get that most of what you're doing is literally you're just still trying to prove to people that bullied you that you're cooler than them. That's literally what most people are operating on. That's the Windows OS that they're operating on until they die.
A lot of people are trying to get self-worth.
Yes, they're trying to show bullies that they're cool. So to them, they're I will live in Vegas in the skyrise that overlooks the Strip. Do you know what Vegas is like outside of Saturday night at Hakkasan, which is already the seventh pit of fucking hell, Hakkasan? Last time I was in there, I'm literally looking around, and I had this thought. It was a message from God. I'm looking around Hakkasan, and I go, oh, this is everything they're talking about. When people talk about the degeneracy of our culture and the collapse of Western civilization, and I look around Hakkasan and how we've strayed away from God and we have no values as a culture anymore, I look around Hakkasan and I go, oh, this is it. This is exactly what they're talking about.
What does it look like?
It's just disgusting. It's a lot of sugar baby / it's a lot of sugar baby / just girls using older guys, like whatever that situation is. It's a lot of these like really basic ass looking like they're millionaire guys somehow. You know, they're somehow millionaires. They own a bunch of convenience stores or rallies or however they're millionaires. They're software developers, and they're fat and boring and disgusting at a table. And then, like, over here, you've got, like, 4 21-year-old girls that are, like, getting wasted, and their nipple piercings are, like, hanging out. One of them's really fat. There's always, like, one really fat one, usually with curly hair. She's not really supposed to be there. Like, everyone's thinking it about her. She even, every once in a while, between having, like, the grossest of the group shove his face between her tits, she's even thinking, why am I here? What have I done? I don't belong here. Everyone's looking at her. And these guys aren't fucking these girls, but they get to show their bullies for that one night. All the guys that were fucking like crazy when they were younger and partying and they didn't get invited, but deep down it's like the bullies. If they could see me now at Hakkasan with 4 girls using me for my money, jumping around, they're about to run up another $800 bottle of fucking Grey Goose. But hey, if my bullies could see me now, and meanwhile their bully is actually just like at home with a great, glorious family. Because that's an uncomfortable truth as well. The bullies don't always pay. Everybody wants to go through life thinking like one day, you know, I'm the one that got bullied and I'm going to be the success. I'm going to be the winner while my bully lays around in his own vomit and fucking heroin overdose. No, a lot of the times your bully is still going to be more successful than you.
I could tell you why. It's really powerful.
Go ahead.
So the reason, usually when you get bullied, the boys, it's actually coming from a space of joy. They're not thinking you're going through all this trauma. They're actually they're just living their life going through joy, and it just so happens to hurt someone.
Yeah.
And like, while maybe you could point out the responsibility there and how, you know, they're wrong for doing this or that. When things are coming from a space of joy, they're never in the wrong. It's like you were living a life very, very out of alignment.
Yeah.
And then you came across a bully. You came in alignment to a bully.
Yeah.
Well, why? Why didn't the bully come into alignment with a bully?
Right.
So it is a energy thing before you were even in that situation.
Yeah, I could see that. And then also it's like what Teal talks about with Trump and how Trump is not a vibrational match to guilt, right? You know, so I mean, I guess something bad did end up happening, which was just him not winning the presidential election.
He didn't even care.
But then he gets to go back and be a billionaire with his beautiful wife and his glorious, amazing family. Like, I think he's going to be all right. Yeah, also, too, I think that there's a lot of people out there that think they got bullied and they didn't. If you were to really, like, have a camera of me and all of my friends growing up, we kind of all horrifically bullied each other. I mean, it was just nonstop, massive shit-talking, massive, like, horrible pranking. I mean, we all kind of bullied each other. And so I think that then what would happen, too, is I can't recall a specific situation, but it's like someone else would kind of be in the circle somewhat or whatever, and they'd be like, dude, do you think, like, I don't know, man, like, does Shane and Tyler, like, not like me or something? Do Shane and Tyler not like? It's like, no, you're just soft. Oh, you came and hung out with us and got relentlessly made fun of. Well, did you not hear everyone else getting relentlessly made fun of? It's what we did. And this is why also, so for everybody listening, I just launched Man Camp. You guys have to sign up for Man Camp. It's going to toughen you the fuck up. Jump on the early bird special right now. It's all available over at evolutiondaily.com. But this is why eventually Man Camp is going to be a young boys' school. Man Camp will one day be a 2-week or even a 1-month summer camp for young men who are about to go into the wild. I remember being in 8th grade, and you're 13, and at my school, our middle school was our middle school was 7th and 8th grade. And there was only 2 grades in the entire middle school. And then I remember, now you go over to the high school, and a lot of seniors, they're like all the way through puberty and shit. They're like, looking back, they're like 7 feet tall. Some of them have like full beards. They're showing up to school in cars. The baddest like senior bitches are like, you're just fat walking by with a Simple Plan t-shirt, and there's some like jack football player with a beard, and he's like drinking a 40. And you're in the wild now. And I was too soft for the wild. I held my own. I was fine. but I think I was a little too soft for the wild. And I think many men are too soft going into high school. And I think that maybe back when I was in high school, it was a tougher environment where then I probably got hardened from high school in a lot of ways. And now you're not going to. Now they're going to convince you you're transgender when you're in high school. Have any of you ever looked at a piece of female clothing and thought that was pretty? And all the guys like, yeah, like I've seen a dress and I thought that was pretty. Well, you might be a girl. Deep down, you might actually be a girl. We have hormones down in the lunch line. We'll start shooting you with estrogen. Please no microaggressions. They're actually softening you even more in high school now, convincing you're a trans. And that is happening. That is happening.
To what degree is that actually happening?
You have no idea.
With the dress thing, like I don't believe
you
that.
Have no. It is happening. It's happening every day. There's a woman. I bring this up, and I never take the fucking 2 seconds to look it up. Some woman wrote a book about how back even 10 years ago, before this PC culture and everything, how many people identified as transsexual, even in private, like, totally private studies where their identity would never be. It was massively low. Massive low. I don't even know. 0.000. And now it's like 40%. It's like 40% of kids are transgender now, which I'm obviously exaggerating. But the idea here is that you take kids that are already lost. They're already lost in the world. They're lonely. They move to a new school. They're hoping to like make friends. They already don't have a purpose in their life. And then all of a sudden, while they're at their most vulnerable and weakest, they stumble upon the right materials that convince them, oh, maybe I feel so lost. Maybe I feel so lost because I'm in the wrong body. And then all of a sudden the right person is nice to them at school and they could get totally into that group. Yeah, I think I'm in the wrong body. I think I'm a girl actually deep down. Yeah. And now science and culture and everybody pushes them and says, you're so brave. You're so brave. Not only is it like, oh, wow, you've made this decision for yourself. It's also like you're brave and a hero and somebody to be respected because you've made this bold, brave decision. It's insanity.
I've never thought about how like deep that runs, actually. I don't know, like, I mean, I'll have to really look into that to see like what's going on there, but that's very interesting.
It is a major cultural point of contention now, to the point where, and I'm talking upper echelon of politics and shit, like Joe Biden at his fucking town hall where this woman stands up and she's like, my 8-year-old wants to get on hormones and blah, 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 whatever. And then Joe Biden is like, I was in the 50s. I saw a man kiss another man. And I said, Dad, what is that? And he looked at me and he said, son, that's love. That's what that is love. And so, yes, your son can transition into a girl. Call my office. We're going to have it happen. I mean, just insanity, the world we're living in. And then you go back to all these old videos of Joe Biden being like, listen, I'm going to tell you, back when he was young and youthful, he's kind of a badass, actually. If you look at like young, youthful Joe Biden, he was kind of alpha. And he's like, now listen to me. Marriage is between a man and a woman, and that's it. That's where I stand. It's how I was raised. It's how I grew up. And I just believe it's for a man and a woman, and 2 men should not get married. But now it's, I saw 2 men kissing, and my daddy said, Joey, that's love. And that's what I've always been raised on. These career fucked up politicians that are destroying society. Anyways, Columbus, Ohio is probably the best city in the country.
I'm glad we got that point out.
For a game. Yeah. Columbus is probably the best. We have, I'm not even going to, I'm done with this conversation.
I feel blessed to be here because there's a lot of young feminine energy here. Yeah. And the youthful energy is a big one here. Mm-hmm. It's like part of sex is being young. And we're behaving young.
Wow, yeah, that's
like,
true.
Because we talk about life energy and death energy. Yeah. Right? Go live where I lived in Bricktown, New Jersey, where it's just old people. Yeah. I never had a boner until I went to New York with you. Yeah. I was like, oh wait, there's like hot women that just walk around and they like show their midriff. What is happening, right? Like you got to be where like the sex is. It's sexual. Like I was getting mad. I drove back over there to get some food at one of the stores. Yeah. And these 2 bros on their like longboards kind of like cut my car off.
You drove over where?
in the by campus.
Oh, okay.
I was driving by campus.
Yeah.
Yeah, so these two bros on longboards, with their shirts off, they cut my car off, and I had to brake. I was like, dang kids.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, wait a minute. I remember Aaron and I used to be by this youthful energy.
Yeah.
Now we're living in a less youthful area.
Yeah, we're just not surrounded by fresh available pussy
But those
anymore.
guys are fucking. That's the point.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh wait.
Yeah, man, and I think that a lot of men are, for various reasons, because of family, because of all these societal pressures, I think that a lot of men are not willing to sacrifice ego for true happiness in a lot of ways. You know how many men I talk to, whether they've been boot camp students of ours, on the mentorship, whatever, where they, especially in the mentorship, because I really dive deep into their current life situation, where are they working, where are they living, all this stuff. I'm like, do you realize that you live where you live right now to make somebody happy, and because you feel like for example, I'm 30. If I still lived right over on campus, I would always get relentlessly made fun of for it. I was 30 still living on campus. People would be like, you're 28, you still live over here, whatever. I'm like, you're beaten down and live in Dublin. Who moves here and chooses to live in Hilliard? It's insane, especially as men. So many guys out there that have like no money, they're fucking broke, and they are working at this terrible job that sucks the soul out of them every day, but they keep the job because it's the job that they went to college for. And if I went to college and paid all this money for the degree, then I must have a job that goes with that degree. You could move to a college town, make more money being a waiter or a pizza delivery driver or a Grubhub driver or Uber and waiting on the weekends or whatever, and be happier. I have been killing it with online game. I've been going on basically a new date every single night. But more importantly, my students have been killing it with online game as well, dominating on Hinge, Bumble, Tinder, all of these platforms. How have they done it? How have I been doing it? With Online Game Decoded. This was formerly known as PST. We decided to clean up the image a little bit. So if you already got PST, you got OGD. And if you don't have Online Game Decoded yet, you need to sign up. A lot of information out there is just kind of telling you what you should do online. What we've done is we've taken it a whole nother step further. Inside Online Game Decoded, you're going to receive over 30 online game breakdowns showing unique openers. So many of you guys send awful openers. I even hear this from girls. Guys are terrible at opening. It's going to give you unique openers. It's going to show you how to stack your conversations in a way where you're always moving towards a final destination, because guys are just rambling on and on. You get a little friend, just having a little conversation. You got to move to the end finish line. Our conversations show you how to do that, ultimately how to close. Again, you're getting over 30 breakdowns as well as 6 modules, including a module on how to craft the perfect profile. Many of you are putting out a billboard for an offer that nobody wants to buy. Online game profiles are your billboard. This is your offer. What are you putting out to the world? And so many of you are getting it wrong. You're spending hours a day and getting no results. Online Game Decoded is going to get you those results. Head over to onlinegamedecoded.com. The link will be down below wherever you're listening to this. Now enjoy the rest of the episode. And yes, your dumb mom and dad are going to come to you and say, now, Timmy, that accounting degree, what are you going to do with that? Well, listen, Mom, Pa, I'm trying to fuck, all right? I want to fuck. I want to live a life. You both look almost dead. I don't want to look like you. I don't want to be like you. It's like the old Good Charlotte song.
It's a valid point, man. It's a valid point that you don't want to end up like your parents. How happy are they really?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a valid point.
Yeah, and it's just people want to live in ways that they get the most acceptance. They want to have the jobs that give them the most acceptance. And I get it. You guys have to understand, when it comes to career, nobody gets more blowback than I do.
Yeah.
I get so much blowback. Girls find the podcast. Girls are digging deep, trying to find whatever. Oh, am I on Online Game Decoded? Girl asked me that the other day. Am I on Online Game Decoded because I met her online? I'm like, no, I recorded that a long time ago. Whatever. Also pick up Online Game Decoded. She literally asked me that. Am I on Online Game Decoded?
It's so funny. They know the program name and now they're asking.
Yeah, I mean, because I've been more open, which has been both good and bad. It's been both good and bad. Mostly bad.
Another level, another devil, man.
Mostly bad, I would say. But listen, I'm a martyr out here, and and honestly, what I really wanted to get into this conversation talking about was conviction. That's what I mostly wanted to transition this into. We've talked a lot about trans people. We've talked a lot about Vegas being a complete shithole. And we've talked a lot about the Midwest. And something I'll say about the Midwest, too, is I've realized that it's probably from upbringing, but the architecture of the Midwest up through to New York, and I'm sure probably everywhere around there, Vermont and Maine and all of this, I like this architecture.
The houses and...
Like, just look around. This is roughly what some houses in brick looked like, probably. Like Jersey.
Yeah.
Like this dark brick kind of feel all around. It's the same kind of trees. It's just like very similar. I mean, even where we're at, this is like brick ass road and shit. This is amazing. It's like the architecture is what I really enjoy. You go down to Miami where all these people, I don't know why anybody lives in Miami. That is like city number 2. That is just a complete shithole cesspool of a city. And it's fun to go party. It's fun to do boot camps.
Yeah.
I want to be in and out though. I want to be in. I want to fucking rage. I want to smash. I want to party. And then I want to come back to where real life happens. Real life does not happen in Miami. If you live in Miami, move immediately. Move to Chicago. Move to New York. Move to Ohio. Move to Nashville. Nashville's that's a great option. Move to Atlanta. Atlanta's great. So this is where life happens. And I wanted to talk about conviction when approaching, because this is a big topic that's come up inside of the Evolution Daily Mastermind as of late, and it's been something that I've had to really address on many occasions now, and what it really comes down to is when you're approaching women, many of you have no conviction. So what do you think when I talk about that? Like, what kind of comes to mind for you?
So I was actually going to ask you what conviction means to you, because I actually don't know offhand like the definition of conviction.
Okay, got it.
Is that like when I think of conviction, I think of like a man with integrity. Think of things like that, or like the ability to just wake up and do the same things every day and be dedicated to your craft. Like that's what I think when I think conviction.
Yeah, so conviction could apply to that. For me, I'm definitely speaking more on the micro level of like I'm gonna clean this room today. And then you kind of get a little bit done. And then like the next day you're feeling kind of tired. And the next day you clean it up a little bit. Conviction would be like you bust it out in fucking 4 or 5 hours. Conviction is like I'm getting it done. Room's clean. That's like moving with conviction.
Okay.
So when it comes to cold approach, many of you are the opposite of conviction would be going through the motions. So with the room cleaning example, it's just like, yeah, I got it started. How's the room cleaning going? I got it done a little. I got some stuff done. I think tomorrow I'm gonna end up kind of moving to this other corner or whatever. So a lot of guys are going out and they are doing game with no conviction whatsoever. So a student will report back to me and they'll say, I was out for about 3 hours yesterday. I got in, I think like 3 or 4 approaches. 30 plus minutes per approach? Does that sound like conviction or does that sound like wandering? That sounds like a lot of wandering. That sounds like a lot of missed opportunities. You can bust out those 3 or 4 approaches. I could leave this right now. I could dude, we don't even see a person right now. Promise you, I could go on a quick little jog, a quick little jaunt, and I could do 5 approaches in the next 25 minutes.
I could see you do it in 10 minutes. I've seen you do it in 10 minutes.
Yeah, like just like boom, boom, boom. Because also, as many of you know, many approaches end very quickly.
Yeah.
Many approaches are, I really appreciate that, but I do have a boyfriend, actually. Oh, okay, all right, no problem. Well, have a good one. Good talking to you. Yeah, you too. Whatever. Many approaches are going to be like 30 seconds. So
Right.
also now when you tell me 2 hours and you did 3 or 4 approaches, you might have been in set for literally a total of a minute and a half, if not less. So does that sound optimal? If you look at the gym and you tell me you were at the gym for 2 hours, but you lifted weights for about a minute and a half to 2 minutes of that 2 hours, that's insane. If you went to work today for 2 hours and you only got filing done, whatever the fuck you guys do, for 2 minutes, does that sound effective? Absolutely not. And there's the myth of the recovery period. Listen, guys, I'm going to say something real quick. I want to put a couple things out there. One day the world will look at my content and they will say, how did this take? Wow, this guy was putting out content for like 7 years before he like blew up and it went crazy. It just takes time for people to recognize greatness sometimes, right? I told you the other day, I watched the Tekashi 6ix9ine documentary, and Tekashi is the ultimate example of what people would think is an overnight success. And he absolutely isn't. They're talking about, and then he dropped this song, and they're showing a music video for it. I'm like, I never saw that, and he has no tattoos yet. He has short hair. He's young. I mean, and
you were saying he had a business?
A clothing line. He had a clothing line that was so ratchet and ridiculous that it got him online clout. I mean, it would literally just be a t-shirt that would say cunt 69 and then other like way worse words than that. I mean, like as bad as you can imagine.
Like the N-word?
Yeah. Which I guess that's about as bad as it gets, maybe. Why do words hold so much power? Back to trans people. No, I'm kidding. So even him, right, you think, oh, he just came out with like Gummo and it was crazy and he blew up. No, he was grinding, hustling, becoming Tekashi, then blew up.
Yeah.
In Gummo, his first like massive hit, in Gummo, he's already rainbow-haired, face tattooed, had 69 tattooed on his body. I think currently he has it over 200 times on his body, probably even more by now.
Wow.
He became that guy, then blew up.
Yeah.
And maybe it wasn't 10 years, but it was probably at least a few years of grinding out before he became that guy. So, you know, every once in a while I get a little like, oh man, I wish the podcast would blow up. I need the world to hear this message. And they will. And I'm fine with that. And it's going to take time, but it'll all be worth it. But for you right now, congratulations on being here so early on. You're going to look back and be like, wow, I was listening to that guy back before episode 100. It was insane. Now, back to what I was saying about the content and why it's so amazing. I made this video in the Evolution Daily Mastermind just a couple days ago, and it's so profound. That's another thing. Honest to God, if you're not in the mastermind, evolutiondailymastermind.com. You can access it over on evolutiondaily.com. We offer a $7 7-day trial. So if you're like, wow, Aaron really hypes this up, I don't know if it's that good. You got $7. You got $7 to come and find out. All these guys, did you see like the unofficial summit they all just did?
Yeah.
These guys are driving from all around the country to go game and be savages together. A bunch of guys just drove from all over to go game down in Atlanta together.
That was amazing.
A bunch of them got laid. They just partied. They did tons of day game. They're all filming each other, posting it in the mastermind. I mean, the community we've created in this mastermind is insanity. And not only that, you also get access to the weekly group mastermind coaching call. I'm on there every single week. If you ever can't make it, then you get the replay for it. On top of that, you get all my courses. You get Thrive Day Game, you get Engage, you get Poll, and you get the Lost Tapes, which currently has 50. And while I'm on this little thing, you're going to add more of the old Lost Tapes of the old infields. So that's all available at evolutiondailymastermind.com, and it's going to be closing. I'm probably going to close in the next few days, actually. By the time you see this podcast, there might only be a wait list. Go sign up for the wait list. Whatever. I don't give a fuck what you do. I made a video, and I go live in there all the time with like higher level kind of topics and concepts. And this was something I talked about that most people can barely even comprehend because they don't game enough. And I'm not going to give you the full details from this video. Just join the mastermind. You can watch the whole thing. But to sum up a quick point from it, I said, your success in game, one of the things that I can easily see between the guys that crush it and the guys that don't, it will all be based on your refractory period.
Like you took action and then you waited X amount of time, then you took more action?
Exactly. Which I heard the term refractory period from a girl that was actually in med school right after we fucked. She's like, how long is your refractory period? I'm like, what do you mean? She's like the next time you can get a boner. I'm like, God, probably like 5 minutes with you. Look at you. So refractory period, right? It's like, how quickly do you move on from trauma in life in general, but then in the field? You can really look at, for a lot of guys, a rejection of any kind as a slight, very micro, little dandelion in the wind trauma sometimes. The problem is that for a lot of guys, it's a bigger trauma. Well, the fastest way, what are you going to do? You're going to fucking get rejected and then you're going to stew. Most of you stew and you start getting down on yourself. The best way to start minimizing the pain of the micro trauma of a cold approach is to bang out another one. Quick. The longer you get to sit and stew, it's very similar to, this isn't my full advice for breakups. Like, I have a lot of like deeper advice on breakups, but truly, is there anything that will help you get through a breakup faster than by finding somebody else? I mean, truly, there's not. Like, yes, there is a lot of other deep... Dude, I've gone through breakups where I'm now fully almost like with a whole nother girl, and I'm still like almost crying thinking about the last girl. I'm not saying that this is my only advice for breakups. I've got really good advice on breakups. But that definitely helps very, very quickly. It's very similar to how taking mushrooms is not going to make you an enlightened being, but it sure as fuck can speed along that process in many ways. So when you guys go and talk to a girl and it doesn't go well, the longer you stew afterwards, bro, you guys should fucking, when you go out and do day game, you should wear AirPods, listen to music, and then when you approach and it doesn't go anywhere, put that music back on and sing out loud to yourself. Focus on the present. Think about that. If you're singing something out loud, if you're singing a song out loud a little bit, baby, why don't you just meet me in the middle? I'm losing my mind just a little. If you're singing a little bit, you can't think of anything else.
Yeah.
Like, dude, try like planning your day right now. Try planning your day tomorrow, thinking of all things you have to do, and sing out loud. You can't. So because your ego, I'm always talking about this, fighting against this ego lizard brain fucking mechanism trying to keep you alive, your ego is about to take control in a lot of ways. Your soul knows, oh, I need to do 5 approaches, I need to do 10 approaches, I need to do more and more and more. But your ego says, well, that really hurt, and that sucked, and she looked at me like I was weird, so I better not do another one because then they're going to look at me like I'm weird, and this is all going to rack up, and then someone's actually going to come and fucking kill me, is what your ego's telling you. What's going on, man? I know that you're enjoying this episode of the Evolution Daily podcast. I would like to personally invite you into the Evolution Daily Secret Mastermind. Now, this is my inner circle. This is our tribe. This is our squad. What you get when you sign up for the Evolution Daily Mastermind today is you get access to our weekly group coaching call. I am present on all of these calls. You get your questions answered. I give a sermon. Other guys on this call are dishing out amazing advice. And what we've created here is a community that so many men need. You right now, you're into game. You want to start a business. You want to get jacked, but you're not surrounded by people that are helping you along that journey. Come get help on that journey. We have the most active and incredible secret Facebook group on the entire internet. There are guys in this group. The guys that have flocked to the mastermind are guys that are out taking action. They're winning at life. They post exclusive content. I post exclusive content daily. There is so much for you here in the secret mastermind. Click down below and you'll be able to find out more details, and you can sign up. We offer a monthly program, and then we offer a one-time lifetime membership to the mastermind. But you got to drown out the voice of that stupid fucking ego thought. Hadia has a whole thing, she's like, say, thank you to your ego because your ego's just trying to protect you and blah, 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 whatever. Fuck that. Don't say thank you to your fucking ego. That shit's weak. Say thank you to your goddamn soul. Say thank you to God and Aaron Alexander. So if you listen to some music and you go quick, all right, oh man, part of the process, part of the game. All right, let's go. The next one's going to be better. Oh man, she wasn't into it either. Another boyfriend. All right, let's go. Let's keep this going. Why don't you just meet me in the middle? You're just jamming out, having your own little, dude, when I'm out solo gaming, I personally love solo gaming.
You do.
I'm like, it's like my own little party of one. I love it because I feel truly when I'm doing solo game, like I am Neo in the Matrix.
You know what's funny with you in solo game?
What?
I love how you, like, there's just a huge contrast between Aaron and then, like, every other guy who goes out and does solo game and, like, doesn't get any results ever. You were like, there's guys that probably believe you go out solo and you can't get any results.
We pulled, no. I just got back from Colombia the second time. It was the time that you died. And I just got back from Colombia. And when we're in Colombia, we actually don't night game at all. We go out to the club. I shouldn't say at all. We go out to the clubs. But at least in my experience, it was just because language barrier. I can't do the things I can do here.
Right.
It was like damn near impossible to pull in Colombia from night game.
Speaking Spanish.
But we mostly just ended up then like being out clowning, having a blast. I wasn't drinking alcohol yet. The other guys were drinking, and we're just we're grinding on a lot of girls. I'm making out with a lot of girls. We're having fun, but we didn't really night game, so to speak. And I came back from this is going to be a fun little clip here maybe. So I come back from Colombia after basically no night game for an entire month. And I get back here and I want to hit the field. And so I decide I'm going to go out solo. I don't remember if I tried to hit up anybody or anything.
Yeah.
But I go out solo. And I get out there and the club is dead. The club is pretty fucking dead. But there's some people. I get out there, and not only that, but then also there's like this guy, there's like these two dudes sitting at the bar, like totally facing the direction where it is like some of the girls that I'm about to be gaming and stuff. And like this one guy I already know, like he's friends with a friend or whatever, and he like thinks what I do is like so dumb and doesn't work, and you know.
He's heard of you.
I've met him.
Okay.
I met the guy. Yeah. Thinks it's all bullshit. Pickup's a scam. That one of those kinds of guys. And so he's sitting at the bar drinking, and for sure would have like told his friend like, oh, that guy's like a pickup artist, you know, that kind of thing. So now that adds this new little kind of thing of tension, and there's not that many girls, whatever. And I get out there and I just got to do a little club meditation. I just got to do a little like, all right, let's breathe it in. Let's be out here. Let's have a good time. And I start immediately. So there's not many people, but there's some. So I start off with like a couple girls at the bar. And I'm talking to them, and one of them immediately is like not interested at all. The other one has a boyfriend, but I don't care. I stay in, have fun conversation, talk to her about her boyfriend, talk to her about girls from my past. Oh, look at this photo of this girl. This is the love of my life, the one that got away. Ha ha ha. Oh, well, what happened? Whatever. So I'm not in there with like full intention and getting sexual and physical. I'm just talking to people now. Why? Because the longer that you fucking sit around and are solo, the more you get in your head about being alone, being looked at as the weird guy, the more you do allow the ego thoughts to stew. Bro, half of game is not allowing the ego's thoughts to stew. Aaron Alexander 2021.
I love
Somebody
that.
send me that. Write that down. Half of the game is not allowing the ego's thoughts to stew. So these girls, not interested, but good conversation. Move on to another couple groups. I don't remember exactly how they all went. Maybe a number closed, maybe some more platonic shit. But I'm having these long, good conversations, totally solo, and they're fun and they're playful. And then boom, I end up going in on this one big group of girls. I don't remember exactly what I said. I say some funny shit. I'm talking to these ones. Another one comes up. They're like, who's this? Whatever. She's like, I don't know. I just met him. She's like, oh my God, I thought you guys were like friends or something. I'm like, no, well, we are now. I mean, maybe we're like more than friends possibly. Oh my God, shut up. Blah, blah, blah. Now I'm partying. I'm in this big group of girls. I'm doing amazing group game, which most of you, one of the biggest things you do that's terrible is you'll like just try to talk to your one girl. I now go in on, so I'm definitely very clearly, it's very obvious that I'm gaming this girl, but I'm now engaged in, for however long this set was, hour and a half, maybe 2 hours or something, I'm having long form conversations with her fucking friends.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, my friend actually went to school for that, too. Now he does, like, so he kind of works at gyms, but then he'll do, like, more personal one-on-one stuff. Yeah, da. I'm talking to the friends. Every once in a while, fucking girl glances over. She now sees you bonding with her friends. She sees her friend fucking, like, laughing while talking to you, and you're, like, even touching on her a little bit, whatever. Come back to your girl, fucking grinding on her, making sure she gets, like, the sexual brunt of the... I've never said the word brunt. The sexual brunt of the interaction. Is that a word? Will you look that up? Look up the word brunt. Look that up. You're supposed... Dude, you need to be more of a producer for the show. We talked about this right before we got on. Jamie from Joe Rogan, if I said, Jamie, pull up brunt, he would just have it on a giant screen.
I don't have a giant screen. I'm sorry. I only have this tiny iPhone.
God. I have no help around here. So anyways.
Buy me a screen.
So now I'm having amazing, awesome, playful conversation with this girl. And I had talked to her friend a good amount. I end up saying to my girl, we definitely need to move this party to the porch. She's like, what? What do you mean? Whatever. What? You were about to tell me about brunt.
I have it.
What is it?
Brunt, the worst part or chief impact of a specified thing.
Chief impact. She got the chief impact of that's my PUA name, is Chief Impact PUA. No, brunt. Brunt PUA is now going to be my, like, dark forum name or something. Brunt PUA. Bro, do you follow that guy Brunt?
So this is all originating because the girl is getting the sexual brunt of the interaction?
Yes.
While you game her friend.
So my energy is going to be spread through the whole group.
Yeah.
But I ain't going to be, like, leaning in on the friend and, like, grabbing the waist. Little arm touches, little playful shit. But now she's going to get the brunt of the sexuality of my energy.
Isn't brunt a little negative, though?
No, it's chief impact.
Okay.
We got to move on from this.
Sure.
Okay, a good producer knows when to move on. So now I say to my girl, I say something along the lines of let's go kick it, let's go have a slumber party. That's how I'm always pulling. Aaron, what do you say to your girls? It's the same thing every time. Fucking slumber party. You know, we're gonna have a slumber party strictly, but she's looking at me like, oh, you think so? Platonic though, strictly platonic. Oh, really? Just platonic? Oh, listen, swear to God, if you even try making a move on me, I don't sleep with girls till at least the 5th or 6th date. Oh, really? You think I actually have a body pillow I'll probably put between us? She'll go, can we build a wall instead? Yeah, we'll also build a fort too. Disney Plus. Just funny, hilarious shit where they know we're gonna fuck, but I'm not saying it. Some of the worst game you could ever do. A whole nother side tangent. I'm not going to get into it, but there's game that you can get away with when you are like male model looks. There's game you can get away with, and there's game that you can't get away with when you're more reliant upon your personality as a man. That's a whole nother conversation that nobody really likes to address, which I need to.
I know what you mean, though.
Yeah, like, dude, if you fucking take Khal Drogo and put him in a club and he starts talking to some girl and he's just like, I'm going to fuck the shit out of you tonight. She's
He
like,
can say
yes,
that.
Khal Drogo. Yes, fuck me like your little
calls him Khal
Targaryen.
Drogo.
Yes. So now I say to my girl, let's get out of here. You know, let's do our thing, whatever. She goes, oh my God, I don't know. Like, I don't do this, whatever. And I'm like, listen, honestly, like, you know, no pressure, whatever. We're just going to go fucking hang out, whatever. You know, however the conversation goes. This is now over a year ago. And again, this is all totally solo. And then it turns into basically she's talking to her one friend. And her one friend is like, you're going to take care of her? You're going to whatever? I'm like, yes, of course, whatever. I gave up serial killing like 3 years ago. I've not had a body since.
I like that one.
Whatever. I'm always throwing that shit out there. And then it eventually comes down to my girl, and I keep almost saying her name, so I'm going to come up with a fake one. I'm going to call her Allison. So now Allison comes to me and says, so look, I'll come home with you, but my friend has to come with me. And I'm like, oh, are we about to have a threesome? I'm like, yeah, she can definitely come with. Like, that's cool. Let's head out. And she goes, you said you have roommates, right? And I'm like, yeah. She goes, she like wants to fuck somebody. And I go, oh shit. And so now there's 4 guys to choose from. All right. I call up 2 of them. Nobody's answering. Right. And then I'm like, Alpha Chad. Alpha Chad is home as well. So I blow you up and I say, get the speaker, get ready, you're fucking something, come downstairs. And so now we're going and we're hanging out. You come down and you're really cool. You're really cool. I expected you to burn it all down. You had just lost your virginity.
Yeah.
I had never seen you have a particularly awesome interaction with a girl up to that point. You had just lost your virginity a month before. I'm not feeling like you two are going to be the best match. I'm nervous about how that's going to go because another part of game as well, and the importance of having good wings, is that you will not get laid oftentimes if your friend or wing is ruining shit with that girl.
Yeah.
You know why? Because guys don't realize, like girls will give the fucking, like, across the room look to each other. Like like that look. And that will burn it down for
They're
you.
gone.
She could have been, like, literally orgasming talking to you, but they're going to leave if they get the, like look, you know?
Yeah.
Okay, bro. So right now you're at a spot in life where you need direction. You need guidance. You need coaching. I would like to tell you right now that I just reopened my 5-week mentorship program. Oftentimes I will close it for long periods of time because I get so many students on there that it's not really scalable for me to keep it open. But right now, if you're listening to this, then the 5-week Evolution Daily one-on-one mentorship with me is available. We're going to be attacking all areas of your life. We're going to be helping you to get into great shape, how to go out and meet women. I'm going to be holding you accountable, making you do approaches every single week. We're going to have you facing your fears, breaking down traumas, going from a guy that is currently stuck and doesn't know where to go to now being on an incredible direction forward and upward. Again, this is a 5-week mentorship one-on-one with me. You're going to be doing 5 one-hour calls with me, and we're going to be skyrocketing your life to the next level. This is all available over at evolutiondaily.com. You can go ahead and just click the link down below, and you will be able to access the mentorship. Sign up soon because this is going to close again very, very soon. I look forward to working with you on the mentorship. So you come down and everything's just it's great. Everything's just cool. We're all on the couch. It's me, my girl, your girl, you, and we're all just like on the couch having a good time, having like fun banter. We've got music going, whatever. Some people are drinking, some people aren't. I don't remember who all was drinking, who wasn't, whatever. And then at one point, it was just perfect. It was so fucking perfect. My girl is wearing like a little jacket with like a white t-shirt. Her fucking perfect tits are like popping out. And it's fucking sick, fucking perfect tits. fucking nips poking. Her tits are like fucking poking out. And then she just spills just a little bit of her drink on the white t-shirt.
Like a drop.
And I go, oh my God, what are you doing? She's like, what? It's just like a little bit. And I'm like, we need to listen. I need you to take care of yourself. You can't be looking like a slob around here. Let's here, I got a shirt you can change into. Grab her hand, pull her upstairs. Epic, amazing sex. Epic, amazing sex. Then you end up fucking your girl in the other room. Mm-hmm. So everyone's just fucking now at this point, all from Aaron Alexander going out solo, not being a little bitch and saying, if I had a wing, I would go out right now. My first ever same day lay day game poll was solo. Actually, other than like a cameraman, for times I've pulled on camera, I've never pulled from day game with a group. That's not true. Spring break was my first ever day game poll. I never realized that.
Wow.
But that was a party situation. Pulled him from the pool. That's a whole other story.
But you'll even have guys, like if you're out solo, you'll find some guy in the club and you'll be like, hey bro, look, I'm talking to these 2 chicks. You're here. I can tell you fuck.
Yeah.
Let's talk to them. And then like now, like, are you gaming solo or are you not?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Why did you, I can't remember this exactly. There was a night where this exact thing happened where I pulled a group of girls with a guy that I had just met, who I was like, yo, like, hit, I'm like, you're fucking jacked, whatever. I was like, hit on this girl, which I've done that several times. And then you were, for some reason, there all the way to the door. Were we just out gaming? Because you didn't film that footage.
Right.
Were we just gaming?
Me, and this guy were gaming, and then it just kind of felt like I wasn't really a part of the rest of it.
Okay.
I didn't really have a chick that I was with.
Yeah.
It was just kind of like the one had a boyfriend, and then you were with one, and he was with one, and then it was just kind of like, I don't really, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? It was kind of the end of the
Yeah.
night,
Yep.
so
for
I ended
sure.
up leaving once it got to that party. But yeah,
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
were all gaming out there.
Yeah, it's just this is the way the world works, man. And you guys, it's like you're so dependent. Why are you so needy? Well, you need I really need a friend tonight.
Is this coming back to conviction? By the
Well,
way,
it's probably
Oh,
not.
okay. I didn't know if
There's
it was-
many open loops in Evolution Daily. You know how many comments I got that were like, "Are you gonna finish the beginner series? I was loving this."
oh no.
I never finished it. I never finished the beginner series.
The beginner series finishes when you stop being a beginner.
Yeah, if you stop asking, then I will now do that. I will continue the beginner's guide to game. So I could have gone out with no conviction whatsoever. I could have gone out. I could have dabbled a little bit. You guys don't understand, too. This is why Man Camp is going to be so powerful.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah.
This is why Man Camp is going to be so powerful. I want you to clip this and make this a video of some kind.
No
I'm
way.
serious.
No way.
This is why Man Camp is going to be so powerful. Because everything I'm talking about right now with conviction and really going into sets, and what I'm going to say right now, which is that so much of your game, your results, will be determined by whether you have one of these two energies. Energy number one, excuse me, miss, permission to speak? Excuse me, miss, may I approach the bench? Excuse me, miss, would you like to engage in a conversation? And energy two, yo, I'm fucking here right now. What's up? Hey, I'm fucking here right now. What's up? And I'm not talking about exact words here. I'm talking about the energies you're going to bring. Day game. I'm also going to approach with a, what the fuck's up? I'm here right now. What's good? Let's talk. Hey, I'm the shit. You seem hot. I'm going to have that energy. We're doing this right now. I'm conviction. I'm convicted. I'm in it.
Yeah, something that I've noticed from your game
Yeah.
since the day I came here to
Yeah.
work for you, like years ago. It's like you would just always say this, and I never understood why. Because you weren't saying it to me. Like,
Yeah.
you were kind of saying it to me and, like, our wings. But, like, I would always be like, why do you... He's saying it to himself. You would always be like, we out here.
Oh, yeah.
As soon as Aaron steps out to the club, the first thing out of your mouth is always, we out here, bitches.
I got to get moving. I got to get
But it's
partying.
not like you're saying that to me.
Yeah.
It's not like you're saying it to the wings.
Yeah.
You're saying that, like,
To the
all right,
world.
I'm here to celebrate. I'm here.
Yeah, it's to the world around you. And so that's why Man Camp is going to be so fucking powerful, because some guys have been like, oh, is this like, are we going to talk about game at Man Camp? No, we're not going to talk about game. I mean, of course we will. I can't not talk about game. There's going to be like bonfire powwows and shit. It's going to be epic. But the thing is this kind of like, I'm here right now, let's fucking go energy. This is an energy that most men have actually never embodied. Then they learn pickup and they go, and I go, oh, have conviction and whatever. And they're like, but I've like never had conviction. I've always just kind of, how do I just now? And now they try to turn it on. You can't turn it on until it's activated.
Right.
Man Camp will activate the conviction within you. We
Yeah.
are going to be, dude, you guys are going to be fucking expanding and expressing your ways that you could never even imagine. Imagine like, again, I already told you, I don't want to tell them everything we're going to be doing,
Right.
but there's going to be this like primal, tribal, fucking like primordial fucking screaming that's going to take place. You're going to like bust out of your shell and feel free in a way that you've never felt before, to the point where now that you've activated that masculinity within you, you've activated conviction within you, now it seems fucking easy, man.
Yeah.
It seems easy. All of you have no conviction, and I'm, obviously some of you do, but it's with, look at everything in your life. You're missing the ancestral masculine conviction. Your ancestors did not say to themselves, I would like to have enough grain for the winter. I think it would be great to maybe go hunting. You guys want to like go hunt? No. They went out there and died hunting to provide. They had the conviction to fucking hunt and gather and create shelter. It would be nice if we could stay warm this winter. Yeah, we should try to stay warm this winter. It was conviction, and you were lacking that. You tried to start a business. It didn't work. You try to go out and do day game. It doesn't work. You try to go out and do night game. You try to go to the gym. Why aren't things working? It's because you're missing masculine conviction, and Man Camp will give you that. So everybody, right now, I'm going to be skyrocketing the price. of Man Camp. It's available right now at the early bird special. It's all available at evolutiondaily.com. Go read up more about it. Sign up for it. You guys are going to fucking go crazy over this program, especially when you see some of the footage that comes out of it. We're going to be having professional videographers and photographers. It's going to be fucking mind-blowing. So sign up for Man Camp, and we're just going to end this right here. See you guys soon.